Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea. Welcome back to another high level game of StarCraft 2. Today in our bottom left spawning as our blue Terran player playing for Team Liquid, it's Kelazhur. And in the top right spawning as our red ZERG player playing for Team Shopify's Rebellion, it's Lambo. Fantastic little game here over on Tropical Sacrifice. Tropical Sacrifice, one of the new maps on the ladder. One of the 7 new maps on the ladder, yeah. We have 7 new maps. Every old map got rotated out. This is one of the maps with a ramp. I believe there's currently 4 maps with a ramp, 2 maps with a back base as well. So this is a very interesting little game here. Now, I think in general it's been agreed on that most of the maps are relatively Terran favored. We'll have to wait and see how this one in particular will play out. How long is the rush distance? I think it's pretty small. You have a lot of cliffs here. We have a lot of weird angles. You can see some tank positions over here and then maybe marines in the front, halberds in the back. You have a similar rock as you have on Glittering Ashes as well, leading up towards a third base. Or well, I should be looking at this third base, of course. You can put a tank down here. You can put tanks down here. This is just really, what would you call it? A tank heaven, tank paradise. We've been spending all our lives living in a tank paradise. Ooh, look at that, a female Karak over here. So just gawking about. I think that's what they do, they gawk. Gawk! It's the noise they make when they find a partner. I'm not sure if there's any male Karaks over here on the map. It is possible that this planet is just inhabited by female Karaks. There are a couple of maps like that, of course. It's always fun to see the critters. So far only this one female Karak shows. Male Karaks, of course, you can recognize them because of their red and purple skin, and the female Karaks are more grayish. Some type of dinosaur, it looks like. Well, Reaper is over here, and we'll start fighting some of these links. Ooh, Kelazhur with a committal here, trying to take out some links. Knows the timing of the Queen 236, looked at the clock and said, alright, my time is up, I will head back, get some health going. And maybe take out a critter in the middle of the map. Second Reaper is out as well. That is interesting. Ooh, look at that, the male Karak. Will they ever find one another? Stay tuned to today's news. So one male Karak, one female Karak on this map so far. We have this large Reaper jump spot heading in towards the main base right now. Single Queen only on this base. Still have some gas mining going on. Not a single link is in production. Not a single link is in position either. That means that 2 workers are going to get taken out. A third worker barely manages to turn into a spore as, yep, a third worker will end up getting taken out. We see a drone pool as well. Spore gets forced. So, what is this? 2 Reapers against 3 workers. I am not quite sure who this favors, but I'm going to say Lambo. Reapers resource-wise are not quite worth it, and on top of that, you also lose a little bit of map control, of course, and you lose a little bit of tanking power with your follow-up Hellions. Don't forget that if you're attacking with Reaper Hellion, often the Reapers take the initial shots of the Queens, and because Reapers are allowed to heal up, you don't have to send the Hellions back to get them repaired, which tends to be a pretty big deal. Kelazhur actually going to swap over this starport on this tech lab. Curious if it's going to be for a Raven or for Banshees, but it's never a Raven, so it's going to be Banshees. Yep, there we go. One of the safest calls to making your entire life is that whenever you see a starport with a tech lab and there's no fusion core, it's just going to be a Banshee. And I think we just finally, 12 years into StarCraft 2, have to just accept that, rather than doing the thing where we go, oh, what is this? Is that a dog? Oh, that is a dog. That's a good boy. I don't know what kind of breed he is. I'm not sure if you have different types of breeds in StarCraft 2 or there's one type of dog. Fun fact about the dog is it's one of the critters that is, well, it's actually the only critter that I'm aware of that you cannot kill by attacking it with your units. Every other critter that I know can be killed by attacking them with your units. They have HP, 10 HP, no matter the size, or most of them have 10 HP. But here you can't even select this dog. Another not so fun fact is that you can storm dogs and throw disruptor shots or splash them with Colossi Splash, probably also with the Hellion Fire, and they do end up dying then, so they do have HP, but you can't directly target them. You can also of course kill every single critter by rapidly clicking on them, and the dog only, where are you dog? Over here. It requires 16 left clicks on a dog in rapid fashion, within like an interval of 5 seconds or so, and then it will explode. It's actual fact. Cleaning bot requires, I believe, 32 clicks. Don't ask me why I know all of these things, but yes, I've experimented heavily with clicking critters away, because in the last map pool, a lot of critters were actually blocking buildings. I realize we've been talking about dogs and female Karaks and male Karaks for 60% of this video so far, so let's just take a look what's actually happening in this game. So far, 3 workers have been killed, Hellions have not been doing too much. 6 Hellion was the follow-up, so rather than going for 8 with 2 Banshee, it was 6 with 2 Banshee, probably because of that earlier Reaper. And Lambo decided to go into 6 Gas Spire. Fort base is on the way as well here for Lambo. So once these first mutas come out, it's going to be really easy to take out these Banshees, which are of course flying units. Here come the Queens. We'll start doing some work defensively against these Banshees. We only have a single Queen in the main base, but with an Overseer available as well. Ooh, this Overseer is going to miss the 2 Banshees. Lambo not quite paying attention. Links are in position to catch these Hellions if they decide to move through. At the same time, is there enough Queens in the main? I think the answer is just no, there's not enough Queens in the main. Another Queen quickly starts to waddle over towards the main base. We'll have to wait and see if this is going to be good enough of a defense here for Lambo. This Queen is taking a lot of damage. I think you require, what is it? Maybe 8 shots, so 4 volleys to take out a Queen, I believe it is. And 1 Queen will end up falling. Here comes the 1 versus 1 fight. The Banshee will win it, and another Queen will get taken out. Beautiful control here out of Kelazhur. Without a single Queen available in the main base means that both of these gases are now in danger. Well, these gases are not. I doubt that Kelazhur is going to target down one of these extractors, but the drones that could potentially be mining from these extractors are of course the ones that are in danger. That's not the only thing in danger, as these Banshees need to quickly run away. First 10 mutas are coming out soon. 18 links as well. Double Evo has already finished up. And it wouldn't surprise me to see Baneling speed being researched as well. It's already done. Excuse me. I had not quite realized that. Baneling speed is already done over here. That means that this first push is just not going to work. There's nothing else I can say about that. It will not work. Might take out this one Overlord and could actually supply block Lambo, which is annoying. But Banelings, even off creep, are going to be fantastic against this. We see the instant target fire on these Medivacs. Beautiful play here out of the German ZERG player. Will still take a little bit of damage. Needs to micro these mutas individually, perhaps. Takes out the Medivac. Loses 1. Loses 2. Yeah, 2 Mutalisks end up falling there. Not the greatest trade, perhaps, but a fine trade, I think it was. 1-1 has started as well. 12 drones on the way. So we have the tanks moving across the map with the Hellions. This is mainly on creep. As we see these Banelings probably capable of connecting with some of these Marines. Look at that. That was a beautiful little micro move. Oh my god, that was so great. If this game slows down, I'll tell you exactly what just happened there. That Baneling move was... I haven't actually seen that before. Maybe it happens a lot, but I'm not aware of that happening a lot. Marines moved off creep, and thus the Banelings could not catch anymore. Rather than chasing with the Banelings started circling around the one tank still available, because in the direct circle around the tank cannot shoot. It has a minimum range of, I think, 1 or 1.5. And that is where the Banelings were. So all of the Banelings stayed alive because of that. And then when the Marines came back and the tank got taken out, the Banelings once again returned to their initial goal of trying to catch these Marines. But what a little trick that is very impactful in a fight like that. Great control here out of the German ZERG. ZERG micro is really underrated in these situations, but there's a huge difference between a top ZERG and even just a slightly lower tier ZERG. This is beautiful. Actually very well done. This is going to be an off-creep fight. Good splits there on the Banes. At the same time, we have a flank of Banelings coming in. Muta's moving forward. Tank on the left side stays alive. Links get pulled away too quickly. Tank still dealing a lot of damage. Medivacs boost away to safety. Well, safety. Not quite sure how safe this actually is. No. Medivac will stay alive. I thought that one Medivac might actually end up falling. 1-1 has finished up right now for Lambo. 2-2 should start soon as well. Careful with these mutas, Lambo. Do not want to be losing that. 20 more links on the way. 86 workers. Pneumatized Carapace on the way as well. Currently on 8 queens. No queen yet on this 5th base. No gases being taken either on that 5th base. Will we see an infestation pit, or will we see this continued Mutalisk production and preferring to go into just heavy Lingbane run-bys, taking out 4th bases, taking out 5th bases, and harassing with the Mutalisk. Mutalisk are eyeing the main base, and this main base is rather vulnerable. 2 turrets are being constructed right now. Lambo will not quite reach that main base in time. as these turrets will finish up. Second depot is going to get taken out here as well on this wall. That will open up for any potential run-bys. We even see a split in the mutas. This has been a thing that is slightly more common in the past few weeks, where I see ZERG players having one muta group for harassment and one muta group with the main army to help against any potential medevacs or maybe to kill some Hellions or tanks. I don't actually know what they're doing here. They just seem to be in the same control group. Good control still though on this muta list here. The bottom side mutas are taking out some barracks in this area. This marine also gets taken out. Lambo currently up 50 supply. 14 more Banelings do get morphed in. And Kelazhur will spot that. Is going to target down a couple of those. Pure Marine against Ling Muta is not something that Lambo wants to fight here. He is going to fight it, and that is a mistake. At the same time, he's losing a couple of mutas here on the bottom side as well. Ooh, Marine's doing a good job as always against muta list. 7 more mutas are on the way. 5th base still not mining any gas. 6th base not quite inside yet. 3-3 also hasn't started though here for Kelazhur, so the moment that 2-2 finishes for Lambo, there's going to be a large window where the upgrades are even, and Lambo has a way superior eco, way superior army supply as well. And once these mutas join up together, the next 5 finish up, and especially once +2 also gets started, I actually believe that Kelazhur might be in a bit of trouble. 6th base gets built here on the bottom side. Oh, look at that! A little scantipede. Yeah, I was gonna say, that looks out of position, but first I wanted to pay some attention to the scantipede that is over there. Oh! Another one! A tasty lope! God, this map is filled with craters. I love it. Beautiful. Ooh, Milkarak is safe near the rocks. Hopefully will not get taken out here. A couple of these mutas are getting blasted by the marines. Single mine will help against potential run-bys. Not against this run-by though, because it's a different location. And mines do not have global powers. Cannot just shoot their shot across the map against Banelings. It will be quite something. Maybe an upgrade on the eBay that costs like 2k. Ooh. Extractor gets taken out. Topside base also gets taken out. Important drop. Very important drop. This is one of the moves that Kelazhur kind of consistently pulls off, is where he sneaks by 2 drops or 1 drop. Deals a lot of damage with that. We'll end up losing the drop, but taking out that base probably was worth it. At the same time though, the question is, without a fort base, what can you really do? We do have a fort command center on the way, but perhaps losing these 2 medevacs in exchange for a base is actually what Lambo wanted, because if the unit count stays low, Lambo can take these trades very consistently, and his eco is still better anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. Without Banelings though, fighting against pure Marine is not actually going to work, obviously. That's a little bit ridiculous. +2 hasn't started yet. This is an error out of Lambo. I do not believe... Oh my god, talking about errors. 27 kills on that mine. Holy crap. Ooh. That's +3 attack, by the way. This is the most important upgrade. Is not going to get saved. No, it is going to get saved, actually. Important. Very important. Very, very important. At the same time, we see Kelazhur moving forward. Because once again, Lambo will try to deal some damage on this eBay. And takes out a couple of workers, but will not clear the eBay. Banelings moving in right now. Mine's not in position to deal with that. This forward mine has 8 kills already, but also shot is shot. Banelings are going to connect with this army. And this, ladies and gentlemen, might just be game right now, actually. This Tor's doing a lot of damage. Holy crap. It's like 3 entire shots. The muta count is disappearing. 17 mutas alive still. Oh, I keep forgetting about these left side mutas. I'm like, well, these are all the mutas. That's not actually that much. Hive is on the way right now for Lambo. Is going to lose 1 muta. Does not get this +3. It would have been so great. Wouldn't it be nice to take out that +3? The answer is, of course, yes. Sadly, he did not quite get it. Carapace over... I think that Lambo already believes that he went for +2. He probably thinks he has +2 already. I'm not quite aware of +1 Carapace being better than +2 attack. Mutas are not supposed to be tanking any damage. It wouldn't surprise me that after this he starts +2 and then realize, hey, wait a second, this is odd. I thought I already had that. Adrenal Clans on the way. 10 more mutas as well. Ooh, cute. 24 mutas is going to be the total amount. 78 workers against 45. Kelazhur sets up his fort base once again. This is not a wall, by the way. If a wall isn't complete, it really just does not work. Let me just tell that to you. You'll always find the weakest spot in your wall. I have the same against Zerglings. You think you're keeping all of them out, and there's one little hole. Oop. Every single Ling and every Baneling will just run through, take everything out. It's always a very sad moment when that does happen. Depots are going to get taken out, so now this is not even anything remotely close to what a regular wall looks like. It's crazy that Kelazhur is still working off of 4 bases, and when I say 4 bases, I mean main base is mined out, natural 4 patches, about to mine out, third base 4 patches, and 3 of these patches also about to mine out. So really soon we're going to be working off of, well, what is it? Maybe 10 to 12 patches total. Of course mules do help, but a 5th command center is probably something that you would want. You have a group of marines, Thors, marauders heading towards the bottom side. Medevac gets taken out. And we have a Thor on the way. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, is the red... what is that? That red thing on his... Why can't I zoom in? I want to zoom in. I've never seen that before. These red things. Oh, we have a big fight though. Red thing's not quite as important then. Planetary gets taken out. That's the final real mining base. At the same time, Lambo is also going to be losing a base here on the bottom side. Big run by here towards the third as well. So 2 bases going to get taken out at the same time. At least mining denied on 2 bases. Command center might actually die. No, it will die. 100% it's going to die. Banelings find their way back home. We have 3 more Banes on the way. 22 still alive. 27 Mutas are still on the map as well. These Mutas could try and fight some of these Marines. Are going to fight some of these Marines. Still no +2 attack for these Mutas, but the turret falls immediately anyway. All of these reinforcements are going to get taken out. Kelazhur not quite paying attention. Thor in the main base will get 2-shot here by these Mutalisks. Yes. Well, the Mutas can fight against this many Marines, but they did a fantastic job. At the same time, I think this army is going to get caught as well. Lingbane is going to start chasing, and this is the type of chase where, if we had a helicopter following this, you'd kind of be watching with your eyes closed, because you don't really want to be seeing this. Ay, ay, ay. Banelings are going to connect with every single one of these Marines. Lambo in a fantastic position at this point. Mine is going to connect, but the armory has been taken out. Wait, he eventually actually got that +3? I can't believe I missed that. He put in so much work taking out that +3, and eventually he still managed to get it. I can't believe I missed that. That is so lame. We're going to go back at the end to watch what actually happened there. I'm really curious. When I checked, there was like 30 seconds left and that eBay was full health. +2 finally gets research here for Lambo. 3-3 also starts. We have 9 more Mutas on the way, 15 creep tumors and 10 creep tumors. 10 of those were active creep tumors spreading creep, and the other 15, I guess, were just put down by queens. Did not know that it looked different in the production tab, though. It's interesting information that I will never use again in my life. Reactors are going to get taken out here. These mines are going to be pretty useless. Armory not being here and all that. 87 supply, 88 supply, I have to say, for Kelazhur. Army supply against 114. Technically, it's still possible for Kelazhur to win, but realistically, it's extremely unlikely. There are 6 mines, 51 Marines. Now, if Kelazhur can hit with 3-3 against 2-2, maybe? But, I mean, there's just so much of everything. And the problem isn't necessarily the straight-up fight, although it is also a problem. The real problem here is for Kelazhur to get across the map without losing 5 bases. Like, Kelazhur moves across the map, the Mutas swoop in, kill absolutely everything. And then eventually Banelings will connect, because you're forced to start fighting on creep. You don't have a lot of time anymore. This is the real issue that Kelazhur is facing right now. And, that's just very frustrating. Ultralisk Cavern on the way as well. Once the first Ultras hit the field, the game actually ends. I wonder if Kelazhur is planning on maxing out here, or what the actual plan is. Oh, look at that. Oh, and... Holy crap. I'm not sure what died here, but... Yeah, Kelazhur immediately realizes, hey, a lot of these Mutas are low now. That means harassment is going to be a lot less effective. Let's go! 122 supply against 118, 3-3 against 2-2. There's still a little time. 10 seconds here. Without these upgrades, Lambo decides to go in. This is largely off creep as well. A bunch of Banelings are going down. Is there enough larva available? Lambo decides to go for the base right here. I think this might just be the correct call. It says, I'm going to keep some of these Banelings behind to try and slow you down on creep. Force you to consistently look at your army, while at the same time taking out all of your bases, all of your production, all of your reinforcements are never going to arrive. There's still a lot of money available here for Lambo, though. 34 more Banelings on the way. That's going to bring the total up to somewhere around 50. We see the burrow. And without any scans available soon... Oh, that's actually the last command center. That means that these Banelings will be capable of getting the correct connections that they want to. Oi, 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 oi. Be careful here, Kelazhur, be careful. More Banelings being burrowed. Brilliant play out of Lambo, realizing what actually happened here. Even if Kelazhur sees it, he cannot do anything about it. This is going to perhaps, not rebuild their base. It might actually be elimination here. Muta's still going ham. Oh, Banelings? 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 No? No. No. Alright, well, if you don't want to, then your call, you know, it's completely fine. GG gets called, as the last buildings of Kelazhur were going to get taken out. His final 3 barracks. The game ends. That's going to be it today for me. Oh wait, I actually wanted to go back to when that eBay died. That's the most interesting thing in the entire game for me. Okay, here the eBay is still alive. We have +3 on the way already. Look how low it gets a couple of times. So here it gets low, gets repaired. Then here it gets low, it gets repaired again. I really thought it just survived, especially because there was Marines guarding it. Then Lambo comes back. Marines show up. And then Lambo takes it down with... What was that? Like 4-5 seconds left. That's stupid. Oh, I should have left these Marines there a little bit longer. What is it? 5 seconds left, I think. Yeah, 5 seconds. 152 out of 157. Not sure if it would have changed the outcome of the game, but not having +3 for another 5 minutes is actually a pretty big deal. And the funny thing is that I believe that Kelazhur thought that he had +3. So that also changes things, right? It makes you judge fights different, because he didn't start it. No, I actually started pretty quick. Started a minute late. Alright, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye-bye.